Today on CityCast Nashville, it's time for our Friday News Roundup. I'm joined by creative producer Marie Cecile Anderson and executive producer Whitney Pastrick to talk about Dolly Parton International Airport, the latest BNA-related lawsuit, and accessible pedal taverns. Plus, don't miss our members-only segment called Hell Nah, where this week's rant is about the many mischaracterizations of Dolly. It's August 28th. I'm your host, Rachel Iacovone, and this is what Nashville's talking about. July was the busiest month in Nashville International Airport history. According to their Instagram, almost 2.6 million passengers traveled through BNA last month. And of course, the first comment on their post is someone suggesting we change BNA to DPI, Dolly Parton International. Marie, your friends actually put a petition on change.org last year in 2025, suggesting the name change and saying, quote, we could all be departin' from Parton. But Dolly's passing has led to new attention. So how many signatures is it up to now?
130,000. The beginning of the week, there was 50. Now,
Serious
130,000 signatures.
I'm sure it will be even more by the time people hear this podcast. Like, it's just exploding.
WKRN even interviewed my friend Lydia Popovich, who folks might remember was our guest on our recent episode all about Dollywood. She said, people want to remember her. They want to remember even beyond the immediacy of her death. I feel like this is Nashville's way of telling Dolly that we love her forever.
The idea is gaining traction beyond the petition now. Axios Nashville had a whole section in their newsletter dedicated to the elected officials who have taken up the cause. Metro Council member Russ Bradford, who represents the airport, has already reached out to Airport Authority Board members, asking them to pursue the name change. He says he's also preparing a memorial resolution for Metro Council to vote on the renaming. That would just be symbolic because the final decision to change the name would have to come from the board. It would also need FAA approval. But as many people online have pointed out, the abbreviation DPI is not taken. Triple D, meanwhile, is what the Dolly fans over on Threads insist she would have wanted. I have bad news for them, though. And for us, that's in use out in the Maldives.
No, but listen, just 3 underlines under my bucket list dream of going to the Maldives before it becomes underwater. Well, Republican State Representative Todd Warner is also hoping to name the airport after Dolly. According to WKRN, he's gotten a lot of calls and emails from constituents supporting the change, and he is vowing to file legislation as soon as possible when the window opens in November, unless someone beats him to it. Sheryl Crow also told Katie Couric that she's in favor of Dolly Parton International, which that should do it. Obviously, there are a few barriers, right, aside from the ones that Rachel mentioned. There's a policy that was put into place in Tennessee in 2010 that says you have to wait 2 years after someone dies before you can rename the airport after them. But I feel like we can probably overlook that, right? This is Dolly frickin' Parton.
Yeah, how strong of a role is that? Because haven't we named things after living people before? Or am I just crazy? Or was that just a push to name it Donald Trump International Airport?
That was the suggestion that inspired the petition originally.
But he's alive.
Well, but see, rules don't apply to that guy.
No comment, Whitney.
But even he loved Dolly. He told Glenn Beck on Wednesday, a big part of that was that because she really liked me, I will tell you.
That is how that man works.
My favorite was the comparison post where they said, never in our lives again are we going to see this. And it was Trump's memorial for her post. And then it was also Democratic Socialists of America's post side by side.
There's been so much good social media since this happened. We were talking earlier about the poor Muppets are just losing co-stars left and right. I hope someone has eyes on Miss Piggy because she's going through it right now.
Yesterday, she got a feature in the New York Times about how she's on the come up again. So she's having her moment.
Well,
all her friends have died.
She lost a best friend and her boyfriend, Tim Curry.
In the same week.
In the same
Miss Piggy.
2 days.
Piggy.
Oh, horrible.
Miss Piggy, call us. We'd love to talk to you.
Call
here
us.
on CityCast Nashville.
We got you.
Please, if I can have Miss Piggy on the podcast, I'll have to quit journalism afterward, guys.
I
That's
know,
the
you've
peak.
peaked. You will have peaked.
All right. Well, back to the airport, everybody. One problem that might be harder to overlook. We've got this ongoing battle over who controls the airport. And to our knowledge, we still have 2 airport boards. Chattanooga has the same situation. And we found some reporting actually from the Times Free Press saying that their lawsuit against the state isn't set to start until July of 2027. So we may not have answers anytime soon. In the meantime, though, there was a story in the Nashville Post this week that revealed a completely separate lawsuit at the airport. Whitney, can you tell us about that one?
According to the Post story, which is now available on the Scenes website as well if you want to check it out, a former Metro Nashville Airport Authority Executive Vice President Neil Bedrock is suing Airport Authority CEO Doug Crolin because Bedrock was fired from his position in what he says was retaliation for a discrimination claim. Bedrock, who also served as general counsel and chief compliance officer at the airport from 2021 to 2024, received a credible claim that Crolin created a hostile work environment for a Black woman, and he reported it to the Board of Commissioners, started an investigation, and also served as a witness. After that, he says in the suit, Crolin started diminishing his responsibilities and eventually terminated him without cause. So, obviously, alleged, but not great. Bedrock, meanwhile, is now general counsel for MDHA, the Metro Development and Housing Agency. Crolin and the airport declined to comment on the litigation to the Post and the Scene, but I will mention that Crolin's contract with the airport was just extended to 2028 with a salary of over $600,000 a year. That is a lot of money. If I had that much money, I would not be allegedly mean.
So we got to give you $600,000.
Do you know how nice I would get if you gave me $600,000? Name what restaurant you want to go to. I'm building a commune for us all to live in for free. There will be so many puppies.
Suddenly, I'm all for giving you $600,000. Maybe you should try for one of these positions. But you know who had a lot of money and was definitely nice? We've got more to say about Dolly after the break. Quick question, Nashville. Is your home ready for back to school? Because it's not just the kids gearing up for a new routine, your house is too. More showers before the bus comes, more devices charging overnight, more germs coming through the front door, more laundry piling up by the week. Hoffman Brothers has a special for every one of those. Save $200 on a tankless water heater installation for endless hot water on busy mornings. Save $150 on an air scrubber to help tackle those back-to-school germs. Save $100 on a whole home surge protector to keep all those devices safe. And save $150 on a washer and dryer purchase to help keep up with the laundry. Get your home back to school ready. Book online at hoffmanbros.com. Hoffman Brothers has Nashville covered. You've heard us talk about Musicians Corner here before because it's one of our favorite things in Nashville. Have you been yet? First off, it's a 17-year-old multi-genre concert series in Centennial Park that's absolutely free. Plus, it's pet-friendly, has a kids' activities area, and you can pull out a blanket, grab a bite, and hear some of the finest musicians from Nashville and beyond. This week, Musicians Corner kicks off the 5-week series on Friday nights through September 25th with live music, food trucks, artists and vendors, craft beer, wine, cocktails, and more. Plus, don't miss the special Free Fest Labor Day weekend 3-day celebration. Headliners include Arlo Parks, Raylan Baxter, Nikki Lane, Augustana, Bird Talker, and dozens more. It's produced by the nonprofit Centennial Park Conservancy and supported by CityCast Nashville. Visit musicianscorner.com for the full lineup. In the hours and days since her death, we've learned more and more about Dolly Parton, the person, not the singer or entertainer or oftentimes comedian. What's y'all's favorite thing you've learned about Dolly since she died? I'm going to start with you, Marie, as our resident super fan.
Y'all, I had no idea that she wasn't a billionaire.
Gave it all away.
She gave it all away. Over, $500 million towards education, literacy, providing dignity to her hometown.
Yeah.
Not a billionaire. It is
Not a
possible,
billionaire.
folks.
You know what I have enjoyed is all the people ringing in across socials with like their private things that Dolly did for them. Someone named Project T-Bone had a post go viral on Blue Sky, and it crossed my feed. They wrote, "My wife has a friend who sent Dolly Parton a painting she made and a letter explaining how much Dolly's music meant to her while she was transitioning. Dolly responded to it personally and paid for her top surgery. Sounds like an urban legend, but it's real." And then you're also just seeing these private letters from Dolly that celebrities are posting. I mean, I saw she wrote the nicest note to Eminem in a million years. You don't expect Dolly to be sitting down to pen basically a love letter to Eminem. Ashley Monroe posted a letter she got that Dolly was friends with another friend of hers and he had passed along her CD. And so, she was just like, your friend said you're good, so I took the time to listen, and gosh, you're really incredible.
Oh,
Personally, what surprised me, like I grew up knowing she was loved by Latinos, and I'd seen her performance clips with, Mexican-American artist Linda Ronstadt, but I didn't really contextualize how big of a deal her supporting and working with artists of color was at the time. And a lot of her music has gotten Spanish language versions. So even if she wasn't the one singing them, I do love that she gave that her stamp of approval.
She also secretly funded band uniforms and instruments for Black high schools all across the South. Secretly, didn't make a thing of it. Didn't make the Black high school band uniform project. She just did it.
It does remind me a lot of the biblical, don't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. If you do good works just to be praised for them, then you've already gotten your reward in this lifetime. And we're seeing a lot of things come out about her that she had so quietly done that it's whatever you believe in, she's probably getting a reward on the other side for sure.
And what's been cool to me is seeing how many of my friends who are parents who live all across the country and their children's lives have been changed by the Imagination Library. The family's been asking people to donate to Imagination Library in lieu of flowers. Apparently, the donation page crashed within a few hours.
Yeah. So a reminder to Nashvillians and people broadly, each local chapter is supported by a program partner in the area. Here, it's the United Way of Greater Nashville, and you can always earmark a donation to them for the Imagination Library of Middle Tennessee.
You know who else is giving to the Imagination Library? Ugly Bagel. Oh, that's the downtown bagel shop. They're bringing back their Dolly bagels starting today through next Friday the 4th and giving the proceeds to the Imagination Library.
Have y'all seen this thing?
I saw a picture on Instagram.
It's not an ugly bagel at all.
I mean,
It's a pink bagel with edible glitter, okay? It's stuffed with banana pudding schmear and vanilla wafers. It's incredibly Southern, though I do associate Dolly with her strawberry pretzel pie. I wonder if Jenny's will ever bring back their collab flavor. We'll see.
I feel like anybody that did any kind of collab or partnership or had something dedicated to her is going to roll it back in the next few weeks. It's just going to be Dolly-tastic, as it should be. And of course, we're probably going to see a whole bunch of other tributes, including music. Kicking off with the Grand Ole Opry, they're dedicating their show tomorrow night to Dolly. There's a bunch of artists taking part, but there's one that stands out in the lineup. According to WSMV, Carly Pearce actually started her career as an entertainer at Dollywood, and Dolly was the one who surprised her with an invitation to become an Opry member in 2021. On that show, you've also got Dan Tyminski, from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Sorry to do that to you, Dan. And Kathy Mattea. Molly Tuttle as well. That's a good night there at the Opry. Get out to the house if you want to check it out.
They're also streaming it online, so
good.
that is an option for folks near and far. Some tributes, though, are a bit more permanent. My out-of-state friend's response, pretty much immediately to the news was, Tennessee tattoo shops are going to be busy. He was very correct. The Nashville Girls group on Facebook, which has something close to 70,000 members, had to request all the flash sheets from artists in the group be collapsed into one thread because there were so many. Last I looked, there are nearly 100 options from local women who would love to tattoo Dolly's iconic silhouette or some boots or a butterfly on you.
I would get a butterfly.
How many tats do you have, Whitney?
not enough. Do you have any?
I don't, but I was thinking maybe Dollywood. But who knows? Who knows?
I mean, this might be your moment.
Team Tats?
Team Ooh, field trip.
Team Tats, Team Tats.
When we come back, we've got some good news, and boy, don't we need it after this week.
Donna, good news! Fun fact, Nashville is home to more than 200 transportainment vehicles, from pedal taverns to party buses. But did y'all know that only one of them is wheelchair accessible? Well, according to WKRN, this week we learned that 2 companies are actually trying to change that. Working alongside Disabled to the Front Chair, Dr. Cynthia George, they've been issued permits from the Transportation Licensing Commission to explore ADA-compliant options, with one commissioner saying, "We're going to fight for your right to party."
Hell yeah.
I love this. This is such good news. Y'all, we spoke to Dr. Cynthia George, a.k.a. Dr. Sin, about navigating Nashville's nightlife with a disability. And I just love to see that their advocacy is making real change in our city.
These 2 companies, they kind of described what they were hoping to do. One of them also said that they're just going to have a nice bench for someone to sit who's not able to pedal.
It's shocking that they hadn't had that in the past, but
I know. I'm glad we're getting there.
My little sister uses mobility aids sometimes, and she doesn't drink. So every time she's been in town, we've kind of just judgmentally looked at the pedal taverns, but I haven't considered the option of which she would get on one.
Well, look, if people want to go get blackout drunk and woo their way down Broadway in an open air vehicle, they should be able to.
that's right.
Everyone has the right to be on one of those things stopping me in traffic, all right?
Your mom busted in and said, "What's that noise?" It's a fully accessible pedal tavern cruising down Broadway.
What other good news do we have?
Great news for Nashville locals. Lightning 100's Live on the Green concert series is coming back. We did hint at this. We've got confirmation, guys. After a 4-year hiatus, the beloved shows will move to Ascend Amphitheater in 2027. Details about that are still TBD, but they have announced a lawn warming show featuring Grace Potter and Guster October 18th at Ascend. They gave away 1,000 free tickets to that before tickets went on sale today. Live on the Green was famously free. What are the chances that the actual series next year will stay that way, do you guys think?
Not great, Bob. Not great.
Okay, moving on.
It was in a public space. Now it's in an amphitheater that charges $24 for a Pineapple High Noon. It's going to cost something.
That's specific. Whitney, that's a
I'm
little
still
specific.
angry. I went to go see Bob Dylan, and the only flavor of High Noon they had in the entire place was pineapple, leading to my theory that the distributor knows that everyone hates pineapple, so they dump it all at Ascend because you're captive.
As a Caribbean background person, I can't say I hate pineapple, but I do think it's crazy to only have pineapple. Like, that's a controversial
It's
flavor.
nasty. I like pineapple in other contexts. It's nasty. But anyway, yeah, it's sad but true. I mean, there's no way that this thing can be free unless some sort of corporate underwriter oracle signs on and gives them $1 kabillion to pay the artists their guarantees. You know what I mean?
Will you pay for the ticket if they offer you other flavors?
I'll consider it. If there's watermelon there, I could go up to $7.
All right, guys, it's the last weekend in August. What are y'all looking forward to?
I don't want to brag, but tomorrow morning I'm attending the ribbon cutting of Centennial Park's grand opening of the Croquet Cafe.
Ah, the Croquette Cafe.
Oh,
It's my mom's birthday, and I was like, "Mom, do you want to come with me? The mayor's
Aw.
talking, and there's light bites, and I will attend anything if you're gonna give me light bites."
Marie, will you remind people what the Croquette Cafe is?
Well, they've renovated their 1963 Croquet Clubhouse and turned it into a nonprofit cafe managed by Centennial Park Conservancy, and the sales go back into funding Centennial Park. This makes me really happy because how many times have we gone to the park and wanted a cup of coffee?
I would love to get a snack and wander around
Yeah.
and look at geese.
It's all going to be like a Southern picnic menu.
With geese.
So I'll report back.
Thank you. Marie, speaking of food and you, how are you dealing with the news that International Market has pulled pad thai off of their menu? The Tennessean reported chef and friend of the pod, Arnold Mint, says he desperately needs y'all to order something different. So he's replaced it with a 3-course family-style meal based around seasonal ingredients.
He talked about this with us on our podcast. You know, you go there and people just continue to just order pad thai. So I'm proud of him. Good for him. You can go there for lunch and get it.
It will still be on the lunch menu, yes. Well, my weekend plan, it's singular, is I'm going to the Nashville SC game, of course. And I'm bringing my friend Angelina because she pointed out, and I got emotional, and I'm going to get emotional again now just thinking about it. One of our chants is Dolly, 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 NSC. And to help the Tennesseans in the crowd understand how to pronounce Dolly, they hold up pictures of Dolly Parton in the supporters section. And so I cannot wait to be there to scream Dolly, 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 NSC at the top of my lungs.
Did you see that was actually NSC's like official post the day of the news?
Yes, and it made me cry.
Yeah.
Tired of crying. What about you, Rachel?
I'm going to actually see James Austin Johnson. You guys might know him from like SNL. He is a local boy who's back here. He's going to be at Zany's for 2 shows tonight and then 2 tomorrow. I'm going to the earlier one tonight so that I can then see Sasha Colby. If anyone is a fan of RuPaul's Drag Race, any of that world, this is one of the greatest drag queens of our time, I would say. She's going to be at Play, which is going to be quite the crowd, is what I will put it as. Musicians Corner actually also starts tonight.
Woo!
We can't be everywhere, guys. That's starting at 5 p.m. And the headliner is Bird Talker going on at 8:10 p.m. Very specific, 8:10, be there. Brandy Carlisle is at Bridgestone tomorrow night. The Belcourt's Cat Video Fest continues tonight through September 3rd.
Yes, that mention was brought to you by our newsletter editor, Margaret Kingsbury. Margaret Kingsbury, Cat Video Fest's biggest fan.
I think I might go tonight. I have a friend, it's her birthday, and I think I might surprise her by taking her to the Cat Video Fest.
I mean, who doesn't love cat videos?
Is she a confirmed cat video fan?
She likes cats, and it's getting
Okay.
out of hand. She has 4 cats and 4 outside, so I think she might like videos of them.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
The last thing we want to mention, Shakespeare in the Parks. A Midsummer Night's Dream is continuing to run. That's all weekend long at the Centennial Park Bandshell. The show starts at 7 p.m. There's food trucks and like lectures and performances before that. And I bring this up because we're about to segue into our CityCast Nashville Neighbors only membership bonus content special section time called Hell Nah. Hell nah. You get to listen to this if you are a CityCast Nashville neighbor. The other thing that we've just announced to our neighbors is that our field trip for this coming month is we are all going to see A Midsummer Night's Dream together. We're going to work to reserve some area in the BYO chair section. We'll be there with snacks, and we're going to cover the pay what you will donation for everybody. It's going to be a great night under the stars. That's a perk you only get if you become a CityCast Nashville neighbor. Marie, remind people how they do that.
Folks, just go on, head on over to membership.citycast.fm. Join today. It's only $10 a month, $100 a year. And like we said, lots of perks, but also you get at the beginning of the week an exclusive list of events from Margaret Kingsbury. Also ad-free listening. What else do they get?
They get to listen to what we're about to do right now.
That's right.
Hell nah. Let's wrap it up. We don't have much of a kicker this week. Tickets are still on sale for our roast of Music City at Zany's on September 15th. Before that, though, Fridays by the River will be returning September 11th. And of course, we will be there drinking beers down by the river. Let's end with this. What's the one Dolly characteristic that you want to bring into your life more than ever now?
Generosity.
Yeah, I was like, everyone's going to say kindness, right? I think hospitality.
I'm going with joy.
Hell yeah.
I tell you, I went to a workout class this past week at the Y, and they played only Dolly. And then in between our sets, our weightlifting sets, she gave Dollyisms. And there were 3 older women in the back with Dolly shirts on. And it just, because we're in Nashville, I'm curious if this is happening all across the U.S., but I don't know. I am so grateful to live in Nashville and to have had Dolly here and to understand her love and to have had her generosity right here in our city. So go out there and do sing-alongs. I know last night I went to Sid Gold's request room and sang along, which was really therapeutic.
Yeah.
Yes, felt much better. So find your community and just be Dolly.
Be Dolly.
Pass that along.
Y'all take care of each other.
That's all for today here on CityCast Nashville. And don't forget, you can support the show and get great perks by becoming a CityCast Nashville neighbor at membership.citycast.fm. I'm your host, Rachel Iacomone. Our executive producer is Whitney Pastrick. Our creative producer is Marie Cecile Anderson. Our CityCast Nashville newsletter editor is Margaret Kingsbury. And our theme music is by Prof Jenkins, with additional music by Dwayne Russell and Amber Ross from Triple Scoop Music via Getty Images. Post-production this week was done by Kyle Neal, with roving support from Elizabeth Kama, Natalia Aldana, and Natalie Rivera. If you enjoyed the show, why not tell your friends, rate the show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our CityCast Nashville newsletter. We'll be back Monday morning with more news from around the city. Pa'lante.